So today I'm at the Conley Yard in Georgia for Sierra Angle. I've been here about 3 months. It ain't no bad company, man. Like most of the reviews, people always say the pay sucks. It ain't a good company. The only downside to this company is if you're from Georgia, you're gonna have a hard time getting home. You're gonna have a very hard time getting home. Because they don't never have loads coming into Georgia, but they got loads going out, but never coming in. But as far as like my past 3 months, I came here with my CDLs, so it really ain't that bad, and I'm only here just to get experience. I ain't here for the money. I'm just here for the experience. So that's my purpose of being here. Everybody's experience gonna be different. So with that being said, man, as far as this being like a starter company, come here, get your experience, go somewhere else. But the more experience you have, the more money you can make. But you can make it somewhere else. But as far as the DMs, they pretty cool depending on who you get. Some on laid back, some on can be assholes. Most of the time they're gonna do what they can for you. Some will bend over backwards for you. Damn, we shot it how to down on hook. But back to the video anyway. But yeah, most of your DMs gonna go over and beyond depending on who you get. They're gonna try their best to get you home. Now if you're from the East Coast, be prepared to go out west. It's very rare you're gonna come to the East Coast. You might come to the East Coast maybe 4 times in like 2 to 3 months if you ain't going home for home time. Now if you're gonna go home for home time, I always put it in 14 days in advance. Just be mindful. You may not get home on that day you request. It might be 2 days, it could be 3 days, depending on where you at the time your home time is supposed to be. Now if you're close to home, then they can try to get you home quick. Now if you out west or Midwest or up north, you might well hang that up, man. You might well hang it up. You'll be wasting your time. But other than that, man, as far as being here 3 months, after your 3 months, well, after your phase 1 training with your trainer, you got to do like 180 days for the ones, no, 180 hours, my bad, for the ones who don't have CDLs who come to school. I only had to do 75 hours since I had my CDLs. Then you go back to Utah and you test out. They just do a regular backing test and they do a road test, and then they send you out with a teammate. Be prepared when you do get help. You may be gone a month, sometimes 2 months. Now, if you don't request home time, they're gonna love you. But as far as them just volunteering you to go home, nah, they ain't gonna want to do that. So your best bet is to put home time in. Put it in 2 weeks prior. 3 weeks might be better. But keep in mind, you may not get home on time. So with this company here, just be mindful. Be patient. Some things don't always go as planned, but that's with any job, you know what I'm saying? But as far as it being here, it's an alright company, man. You get your little 3-4 cent raises every 2 months to 3 months, depending on performance. It really depends on the loads, man. But once you make it out of that phase 2 training, going into phasing out or whatever you want to call it, most of your phase 2 gonna go anywhere from 3 months to 5 months, but it also depends on your performance. That's how you get money. The more you run, the more money you can make, depending on the loads. People, you say, ain't no money here, Sarah England. There's some money here, man. You just got to bust your ass. You got to go to work. For some people, you got to be mindful to think, okay, I'm just starting out, so it ain't going to be a lot of money, okay? So it should be like 34 cents starting out. That's 17 cents. After you do 2 months in phase 2 to 3 months, it'll go anywhere from 23 to 29 cents. And it'll be like 48 cent split or something like that. But the more miles you get, the more money you can make. Like they have some accounts where they say you can make $1,000 a week. Once again, be mindful. You may not make $1,000 a week. There gonna be times where you will run good, and your check will be $1,200 after taxes. It'll be like $800 after 401k and insurance. It'll be like maybe $830. But just keep in mind, man, it ain't really no bad company. Every company is gonna be different. Every person that comes to a company gonna be different. Everybody, the way certain things go for one person, it may not work out for you, but it may work for the next person. And keep in mind, everybody who have a bad experience or something go that way, of course they're gonna say a company is bad. They're gonna always have something negative to say. They ain't gonna say nothing good about a company if something don't go their way. But keep in mind, at the end of the day, you got a job to do just like everybody else. You do your job, they're gonna look out for you. Have the mindset of coming to work and working. Do your job just so you can go back home safe. And keep in mind the fact of there gonna be times where some things just ain't gonna go as planned. Some loads may not. That comes with the job due to rain, all weather, traffic. Traffic is like the number one thing, man. And then in certain city limits, my bad, certain city limits, speed limit might be 50 miles an hour or 55. The truck only gonna go 65. That's with cruise control. The accelerator pedal is gonna go 63. And I always try to trip plan. Even if you don't know how to, use Google. Use Google Maps. And keep in mind, okay, if I run 2 hours, that's 100 miles. Just all you gotta remember that. 50 miles an hour, times every 2, that's gonna give you 100 miles you can run. So just keep that in mind. Be mindful of everything you do, and always pay attention. That's the number one key. Always pay attention.